Alrighty, folks, at this time, I ask that you please rise for tonight's invocation.
Father God, we just come to you tonight, Lord. We just thank you for this night. Just thank you for all that you do for us, Lord. Lord, we just ask you to protect these drivers tonight. Just wrap your hedge around them and keep them safe as they go out and do what they love to do, Lord. Lord, we just thank you and praise you. And as we leave home here tonight and go home, Lord, I just pray that you put your hedge around us and let us arrive safe. Lord, we love you, we thank you, and we praise you. And it's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
I ask that you please stay standing for tonight's national anthem performed by Miss Ava Marion.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Great job. Here shortly, we'll get our heat races kicked off. Again, we thank you all for coming out tonight. Here comes heat number one for the Hillbilly Archery Legends cars. On the inside pole position is going to be the 83R of Richard Hill. On the outside of him is going to be the 78 of Jeff Bateman. On the inside of the second row is going to be the 27 of Brandon Campbell. Excuse me, the 78 of Jeff Bateman will not start this event, so your pole sitter is still Richard Hill. Brandon Campbell is going to be on the outside of him. Then the 87 of Jeremy Bateman. Making sure all the drivers' radios works real quick, and then we'll get back out there. The heat races are, as usual, they're going to be 8 laps in distance to determine their starting feature in the heat. Wherever they finish, all 3 of these cars, because these are the 3 cars that are going to – these are all the cars that are going to enter in the feature event for the Hillbilly Archery Legends cars. That's where they're going to start in the feature tonight. But Richard Hill, he's going to take the green flag. Brandon Campbell goes to the inside of him quickly. But, it won't be long for that 87 gets there. 8 laps here for the Hillbilly Archery Legends cars. Brandon Campbell takes the lead. Jeremy Bateman under the 83R of Richard Hill. Almost contact. Campbell still leads. He leads lap 1. Bateman takes second and Richard Hill falls to third. Bateman goes to the high side. Can he catch that 27, or is it the 27's race to lose now? 6 to go for the Hillbilly Archery Legends cars, heat number 1. Jeremy Bateman in the number 87. He looks high once again, but loses ground off turn 2. The exit, that 27 is getting off of 2. The 87 just can't keep up with it. Hill's going to look under the 87 now. Jeremy Bateman still leads. Brandon Campbell still leads. The 83 is going to look under the 87 once again. Here comes Brandon Campbell to lead once again. Richard Hill's looking for second. We got 3 cars under a blanket for the lead with just 4 to go. Bateman looks high on Campbell. Can he get there? Campbell gets a good launch off of turn 2 once again. Bateman closes the gap into turn 3 to the high side. Can he get there? Jeremy Bateman goes way high in turn 4, and Brandon Campbell still leads. 3 to go for the Legends cars. Bateman gets loose off of 2. Hill goes to second. They're going to come around and take 2 to go. Hill goes to second. 2 to go for Richard Hill and Brandon Campbell and Jeremy Bateman. Hill gets loose in 1 and 2. That's going to mess up the chances for both of them. Can they catch him? They're going to have 3 more sets of corners to do it. Through 3 and 4. Brandon Campbell comes around and takes the white flag. 1 to go. Bateman, it looks like he's going to look for second. They're both going to have a shot in a 3 and 4, it looks like. Who's going to win it? We've got 3 cars with a chance. Jeremy Bateman sends it deep into 3 and 4. Hill puts the bumper to the back of the 27. 3-way battle for the win. Campbell wins it at the line. Brandon Campbell, Richard Hill, and Jeremy Bateman. That's how the finishing order stacks out. Here comes your Monett Real and Sale Midwest Modifieds out to the track. I think we've got 318s out there this week. On the inside, pole position is going to be the 507 of Doug Testerman. On the outside of him is going to be the 292 of Mr. Kyle Thompson. The 18D of Dylan Dorson, the 357 of Jack Owens. Making sure all the drivers can hear us up here on our race receiver, and then we'll go back green flag. Again, it's going to be 8 laps to determine their starting position in the heat, or in the feature, excuse me. I believe we'll have 2 heats for the Monett Real and Sale Midwest Modifieds. Alrighty, we'll go over the lineup here. Looks like we're about to go green. On the inside, pole position is going to be the 507 of Doug Testerman. On the outside, M's the 292 of Mr. Kyle Thompson. On the inside of the second row Brown decided to start on the third row. Is the 003 of James Lee. Dylan Doris. Nobody. Garrett Thompson starts in the very tail end, but Kyle Thompson takes the lead on lap 1. Issues in turn 1 and 2. Here comes Dylan Doris for the lead. He's got a head of speed this week. Didn't take Thompson long to catch the field. Kyle Thompson leads lap 1. James Lee, Doug Testerman, Jack Owens, Garrett Thompson, and Colton Brown. The 10 of Colton Brown's got issues. And the caution's going to be out for a piece of debris that looks like come off the 10 of Colton Brown in turns 1 and 2. Also looks like Colton Brown has a flat right rear tire. Green flag's back out and away for Kyle Thompson. James Lee looking under the 18D for second. Doris with a tire off the ground in turn 2. Kyle Thompson leads. He's going to come around this time and take 5 to go. Kyle Thompson, James Lee, Dylan Doris. The 929 of Garrett Thompson. The 357 of Jack Owens and the 507 of Doug Testerman. Garrett Thompson pulls to the infield. Kyle Thompson still leads. Garrett Thompson pulls down to the infield. May have an issue there. Two to go for the 292 of Kyle Thompson. Kyle Thompson comes around to take 1 to go. Doris is around in turn 2. Caution was for the reason of the 18D of Dylan Doris. When we get back going green, it's going to be a green-white checker to the finish. So we're just going to have a one-lap shootout. Lineup as it stands now. The 292 of Kyle Thompson. The 357 looks like he's not going to finish either. It's going to be 4 cars for the last lap. 357 stop on. Oh, never mind. They're going to go green here. Kyle Thompson, Jack Owens, James Lee, Doug Testerman and Dylan Doris. The green flag's out, and it's 1 to go. Kyle Thompson leads. Can anybody get there in the last lap? Kyle Thompson pulls away out of 2. That might be the gap he needs for the final time through turns 3 and 4. Kyle Thompson's going to win heat number 1. James Lee, Dylan Doris, Jack Owens, and Doug Testerman. But Kyle Thompson in the 292 wins heat number 1. Lineup as it stands now: Walden, Babb, Dockery, Navarro, Hilton, and Darrell Reddick. Triple J Racing, they've been picking up speed here at the right time here lately. Lane Walden is your points leader, but follow closely behind him. You'll see in the next heat is the 13J of Danielle Bishop. Again, 8 laps is going to be the distance for this one to determine their starting position in the heat. Or in the feature, excuse me. Walden, Babb, Dockery, Navarro. They're going to come down the back into the restart zone to the 2 yellow tires you see there. And we're going to get the green flag, and it's going to be 8 laps to decide the winner of heat number 1 here for the Hot Wire Dollar Sales Bombers cars. Walden leads lap 1. Dockery behind him. Pete Navarro, Darrell Reddick. Babb slow down the front stretch. Here comes Austin Hilton. Reddick looks to the inside of Navarro. Contact. Reddick gets loose in 1 and 2. Van Babb's going to pull to the infield. But Walden still leads, and Dockery's not far behind. Navarro, Reddick, and Hilton. Reddick and Navarro have contact in 3 and 4. Dockery and Walden battle for the lead. Bumper to the back of the 15. Walden was not happy with that move. Lane Walden did not like that move at all from the 15 of Ethan Dockery. But we've got a new leader with just 3 to go. Will Walden repay the favor? The 55 moves up in front of the 15E. Oh, this is going to be interesting here. Walden goes to the inside, 1 to go, and we got a battle for the lead. Oh, they're both around, Dockery and Walden. Payback comes hard for Dockery. Lane Walden and Ethan Dockery get into it down there, and that's the reason for the caution.
Lane Walden, you will retain your position. 15E Dockery, you will go to the tail for positive caution. 15E Dockery.
Again, caution comes out after contact with the 23J and the 15E. Your lineup as it stands now. Pete Navarro's your leader. It's going to be a green, wide, checkered finish when we do go back green. Walden in second, Reddick, Hilton. And Dockery's way back there. Green flag's out in the air. We're off and away. Dockery, can he catch the 23J? This is, oh, God. Dockery reclaims the lead in one move. Oh, Navarro and Dockery around. Dale Reddick wins heat number 1. Walden and Navarro. Here comes Dockery. He's happy. Again, your finishing order there is the 17 of Daryl Reddick, the 23J of Lane Walden, the 7P of Pete Navarro, and then the 15E of Ethan Dockery. Dockery had a few mishaps there in that heat on the last few laps. But now, here comes heat number 2. Aaron Sanderson. Lineup as it stands on the inside. Pole position is going to be the 13 of Aaron Sanderson. On the outside of him, the 69 of Justin Cox. The 20 RR of Chris Rackley. The 13J of Danielle Bishop. The 6S of Kevin Smith. And the 9JR of Trace Hagabush. They're going to come into the restart zone here. Green flag's out in the air. We're off and away. Sanderson gets loose on the inside. Hagabush with a swift move to second. Contact with Danielle Bishop. Bishop's way off the track. Oh, she keeps it straight. Hagabush to second. Here comes Chris Rackley. Hagabush slow down the front. But Justin Cox pulls away with the lead. Justin Cox still leads. Rackley goes underneath Trace Hagabush for second. Bishop looks to Kevin Smith for third, but Justin Cox is pulling away. Hagabush reclaims second from Rackley. Kevin Smith, Danielle Bishop, and Aaron Sanderson gets loose off of turn 4. Here comes Justin Cox to lead once again. Hagabush and Rackley are putting on a show for second. Hagabush takes second down the front. Can Hagabush stay clear? He does. He stays clear for second. Justin Cox takes 2 to go this time. Hagebusch, Rackley. Kevin Smith and Danielle Bishop. Hagebusch is way up the track. Bishop's there. Here comes Sanderson. Rackley to the inside for second, but Cox takes the white flag. 1 to go. Hagebusch and Rackley side by side for second. Kevin Smith. Hagebusch clears him for second. But for the final time through 3 and 4, here comes the 69 of Justin Cox to win heat number 3. Who's going to take second? Hagebusch or Rackley? And Hagebusch is going to take second. Rackley with smoke. Here comes Kevin Smith for 4th. And Aaron Sanderson will finish 5th. But Justin Cox takes the win here in heat number 3 for the Hot Wired Auto Sales Bombers cars. Here comes your CKR Fabrication Pure Stocks. The 55 of Arthur Stoppel, he's your pole sitter. The 64 of Brandon Sanders. The 133 of Jason Richardson. The 725 of Eddie Coulter. The 75, the Monkey Man, Tyler Schoen. The lights are out on the pole. You know what that means, race fans? We're going to have 8 more laps of racing here for the CKR Fabrication Pure Stocks. Heat number 1. Stoppel and Sanders, they're both on the front row. Richardson and Coulter behind them. In the 725, he's your points leader. Then the 75 of Tyler Schoen. They're going to come to the restart zone in turns 3 and 4. And they're going to get the green flag for 8 laps of racing here at the Grand Ole Lady. The 133 gets loose on the bottom. Here comes the 75 of Schoen. Sanders out to an early lead. But here comes Schoen to the inside. The 75 of Tyler Schoen looks for second. Stoppel and Coulter battle for 4th. But Sanders still leads. Schoen, he's in second. Can he catch the 64? The 64 gets loose in 1 and 2. Will, that does the 75 have enough time to catch him? Sanders still leads. 4 to go for the 64. Is that enough time for Tyler Schoen? Schoen, he keeps closing the gap every corner. How's it going to play out tonight? comes Tyler Schoen. He's to the inside down the backstretch. 3 more sets at corner for the 75. Schoen's there and Sanders on the high side. Tyler Schoen, he's going to lead them to the white flag. 1 to go. The 75 clears them with 1 to go. Tyler Schoen for the final time through 3 and 4. His boy Byron Schoen, he's been putting on a show for us for the past 2 months. But Tyler Schoen takes it home in heat number 2. Heat number 1. Bruce Reese in the 14's your pole sitter, the 97T of Justin Tishner. Dale Centers in the 25, the 9R of Wesley Decker, and the 14A of Jerry Wimbish. That's going to be your lineup. They're going to come to the restart zone here, and green flag is going to be out in the air. '14 jumps to start. Green flag's out in the air, and we keep it green this time. Justin Tishner. Dale Centers on the inside of Tishner. Tishner looks to take second. Wesley Decker and Jerry Wimbish back there as well. Side by side for second still, though. Tishner to the outside there in 3 and 4. Bruce Reese leads lap 1 and Tishner takes second. Centers looks to the inside for second. Decker gets loose. Centers to the inside there. Contact with a 97. I'm sure Tischner's going to like that one. He closes the gap for the lead. 3 cars under a blanket for the lead. Decker's looking for third. 2 to go. Here comes Centers for the lead. We got a finish for the ages setting up here. Centers to the high side. Tischner closes the gap as well, and Decker's there as well to capitalize. 1 to go for the top 4. Who's going to win it? Will the 2 leaders take themselves out and arise an opportunity for Tischner and Decker? Bumper to the back of the 14, the 25 to the inside. Dale Centers to the lead. Reese is going to have one more shot. It's going to be a photo finish. Contact between Decker and Tischner, but Centers wins the race. Your lineup for heat number 1 for the Scoxy Ford B-Mods is going to be the 007 of John Bradley, the 5 of Wyatt Woods, the 9 of Brennan Baum, and on the outside of him, the 9 JR of Joel Singletary. Green flag's out in the air, we're off and away. John Bradley and Wyatt Woods. Wyatt Woods takes the lead. into second. Wyatt Woods is pulling away from the field here. Woods, bomb, Singletary, and Bradley. Wyatt Woods still leads. 4 to go. Wyatt Woods still leads by a mile. Battle for second. Joel Singletary and Brennan Baum. Singletary takes second from Baum. Checkered flag for Wyatt Woods. Alrighty, your lineup as it stands now. The 32 of Kelly Hicks on the pole. The 52 of Brett Testerman. The 4 FR of Randy Reeves. And then the 21 of Jackie Dalton. Looks like we're gonna go around one more time here. flags out for Kelly Hicks. Jackie Dalton's up there in the mix as well. Dalton to the inside of the 52. Here comes Kelly Hicks. Jackie Dalton. Dalton takes second on that lap. Your 2 points leaders are up there. Dalton gets loose in 1 and 2. 4FR slow down the front. Oh, all 3 cars get bumpers together. Wide. Dalton still looking for second. Kelly Hicks still leads with 5 to go. Can Jackie Dalton get there? Dalton to the high side. Hicks slides up in front. Dalton falls back a little. Here comes Jackie Dalton to the high side. 3 to go for Kelly Hicks. Jackie Dalton still looking for the lead. We got 2 to go for Jackie Dalton, Kelly Hicks, and Brett Testerman. Here comes Jackie Dalton. Dalton. 1 to go for Jackie Dalton and Kelly Hicks. Hicks is second in the points and Jackie's the leader. To the inside. Can Dalton get there? It's going to be a shootout at the line. Dalton to the outside of Hicks. Jackie Dalton with a final corner pass wins heat number 2. Jackie Dalton with a last lap pass wins heat number 2. Kelly Hicks and Brett Testerman. Hicks led every lap but the last one.
The My Race Pass app is your motorsports headquarters on race night. With over 800 organizations across multiple forms of motorsports, you'll always have the information you need in the palm of your hand. Race day information with official entries, lineups, live timing and drag racing timing slips, official results, point standings, announcer audio, fantasy racing, and so much more. Don't be left in the dark on race night. Download the My Race Pass app today in Google Play and the App Store. My Race Pass, the ultimate racing resource.
When passion meets precision. 33 Chassis, where 20 years of racing passion meets championship-winning fabrication. National champions, track champions, recent 1-2-3 sweep, every chassis custom-built from the ground up. Pure stocks, front-wheel drives, enduro, crafted to win. Built for your style, engineered for your safety, ready to dominate? Call Tyrel at 417-818-1307. 33 Chassis, building champions.
We got our CKR Fabrication Pure Stocks heat number 1 winner out here, Mr. Tyler Shane. Tyler, you started dead last in heat number 1. How were you able to work through the field during those 8 laps and come over and win heat number 1?
Oh, a lot of patience, I guess. I mean, I figured I had a pretty decent shot if I just stay calm and just work through them. They'll either make a mistake or I can just find the hole, kind of thing. You know, if that makes any sense.
You and your boy Byron, y'all come out here a lot, and he's usually pretty competitive. I don't believe I've ever seen you race out here, but what is it about this place that y'all just love and seem to go fast every time y'all are here?
Well, I used to race here when I was young, and I'm 36 years old, and I started racing here when I was in my late teens-ish. I used to come here every Sunday with my dad when Randy Mooneyham had it. I worked nights at the time, but I couldn't race on Friday night, so I would race here on Sunday, and then my dad would just go late to work on Monday. But me and my dad used to come here all the time, race with the bomber class out here. It was always tons and tons of fun. He's really developed a big liking to the place. I mean, I didn't think he would like this place as much as he does, but he's really he's even asked a couple times, "Can we come to Monett?" I'm like, "Are that where you want to go?" He goes, "Yeah, that's where I want to go." And he's kind of fell in love with the place. He's found a good way around, so I'm glad it's working out for him, you know.
Yes, sir. Obviously, you just mentioned you raced bombers, and now you're racing pure stocks. What's the biggest difference between the two classes, in your opinion?
Well, back then it was very different. Like, there was a lot of things on the car that was horsepower. Obviously, we had more motor back then, but suspension-wise, we weren't allowed that much. So it was kind of just, I don't know. It's just a completely different ball game. It's like small engine, more cool components bolted onto it. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. But.
Yes, sir, that makes sense. We appreciate you coming out here, Tyler, and congratulations on the heat, and hopefully you can get that feature win as well. We'll see you out here on the front stretch.
Hope so. Thank you.
Let's hear it for Mr. Tyler Shane. We got the driver of the number 13 bomber car here with us, Aaron Sanderson. Aaron, you've had a few issues this year, and it looks like you finally got the car straightened out. What are your expectations for tonight in the feature?
I really don't have any expectations other than to go out and get experience and have fun.
Obviously, we've seen on Facebook that you're trying to stay in the top 10 of points. What does the top 10 really mean to you, trying to stay in the top 10 as we inch closer to the championship weekend?
Well, this is my first year racing. This is my first year around racing. A year ago, I didn't even know dirt track existed. And my first race that I did was actually in Nevada. It was at a test and tune in my boyfriend's car. And he kind of coaxed me out there and wound up doing a 5-lap dash with one of their regulars out there. And I didn't win, but I didn't get past. So I kind of just fell in love with it. And I asked him, hypothetically, what would it cost to get a car together? Well, within 2 months, I had a car. So I'm just out there having fun, showing that females can race and it is possible to do as well as the males do.
So, obviously, your car's named Pinky. What's the story behind the name Pinky?
Okay, so the story behind my car is in November of 2012, I watched my son and my daughter die in a car accident. And pink was my daughter's favorite color. So it is a tribute to them.
That's a very sweet tribute. Let's hear it for Miss Erin Sanderson. We got another bomber car driver out here. He drives the orange bomber car, the 9JR of Trace Hagabush. Trace, in your heat, you made a swift move to get all the way up to second in the first corner. How did you able to pull that one off there?
We can call it swift. It was a little bit of rubbing. I kind of just put it down to the floor and see what I could do with it.
So, obviously, you've been coming out here for a while, you and your dad, or stepdad as well. What is it about this place that makes you fall in love with the track?
Oh, I just like racing and going fast, I guess. The cars are pretty cool.
So what's your expectation tonight for the heat or for the feature event? You finished top 5 here a few weeks ago. You think you can maybe park it in victory lane tonight?
Oh, shoot. It's going to be a rough one, but we'll see what we can do with it.
All right, let's hear it for the 9JR of Trace Hagabush. Here comes the first feature of the night, the Hillbilly Archery Legends cars. The 27 of Brandon Campbell on the inside, pole position. On the outside of him is going to be the 83R of Richard Hill. The 78 of Jeff Bateman. And then the 87 of Jeremy Bateman. Again, on the inside, pole position is going to be the 27 of Brandon Campbell. On the outside of him is going to be the 83R of Richard Hill. On the inside of the second row is going to be the 87 of Jeremy Bateman. On the outside of him is going to be the 78 of Jeff Bateman, his brother. It's going to be 4 cars, 15 laps to decide the winner of the Hillbilly Archery Legends Cars feature event. After all the features, we'll bring all the winners back out here to the front stretch and do our victory lane ceremonies. All track photos tonight are taken by Optimum Images and Bees Photo Co. Check out their Facebook pages this week to find the pictures that were taken tonight. But the lights are out on the pole. It's going to be 15 laps to decide the winner of this one. Campbell, Hill, Bateman, and Bateman. Who's going to win it? We're going to have 15 laps, 4 cars to decide the winner of this one. Into the restart zone they come. Green flags out in the air. We're off and away. Jeremy Bateman moves up to second in a swift move. The 83 gets loose on the bottom of 1 and 2, but here comes Bateman to Campbell. Jeremy Bateman looks for the lead. Bumper to the back of the 27. Bateman's underneath him. Into 3 and 4. Will Bateman get there this time? Doesn't look like he can. Bateman looks high. Jeff Bateman looks low underneath the 83. To the inside goes the 87. He can't stay there. Bateman looks low once again out of 4. Into 1 and 2, the 87 gets loose again. Can the 87 of Jeremy Bateman catch Brandon Campbell? Richard Hill's around on 1 and 2. That's going to bring out the caution, the 83 of Richard Hill. Richard Hill goes around in turn 2, and that's going to be the reason for the yellow flag. But your lineup as it stands right now is the 27 of Brandon Campbell, the 87 of Jeremy Bateman, his brother behind him, and the 78 of Jeff Bateman. Then there's the 83R of Richard Hill. Again, your lineup one more time. The 27 of Brandon Campbell, he's your leader. On the inside of him is the 87 of Jeremy Bateman. On the outside of him is the 78 of Jeff Bateman. Then, all by the lonesome there, is the 83R of Richard Hill. The lights are out on the pole. That means when they come to the restart zone there in turn 4, we're going to get the green flag and get back to racing here for the Hillbilly Archery Legends Cars feature event. Campbell gets loose on the restart, but the green flag's out in the air. The Batemans are there to attack like sharks in water. Jeff Bateman to the outside for the lead. He gets loose in the cushion. Jeremy Bateman's right on the heels of Brandon Campbell. Here they come down the front stretch. Campbell clears him in a 1 and 2. Campbell slips up high. Here comes the 87. 87 had to check up there. How much longer will Jeremy Bateman wait? Brandon Campbell still leads. There's the 87 in second. 87 to the inside. Down the back, he's still beside him. Campbell closes the door into 3 and 4. But Bateman's still going to be there. 3 cars under a blanket for the top spot. Bateman looks low once again. Here comes Jeff Bateman in the 78. Contact! Oh, 2 cars around Brandon Campbell and Jeremy Bateman. Big wreck on the backstretch. That's going to move the 78 to the lead. Looks like Jeremy Bateman finally had enough of the 27 and they go around. We're going to put the 27 back in the lead because he technically did not cause a caution as it goes around off the nose of the 87 car. So Brandon Campbell's your leader in the number 27, the 78 of Jeff Bateman in second, the 83R of Richard Hill, and then the 87 of Jeremy Bateman's going to tag the tail. Second caution of tonight's feature event for the Hillbilly Archery Legends cars. Lights are out. You know what that means. When we get to the restart zone there in turn 4, we're going to get the green flag. Are they going to jump the start? No. Green flag's out in the air. Here comes Jeff Bateman. Jeremy Bateman looks for third. Jeff Bateman to the outside of Campbell. Jeff Bateman to the outside. Into 1 and 2. Bateman's your leader as it stands right now. He clears the 27 and 1 and 2. Jeff Bateman on the point. Jeremy Bateman gets loose. He slides up the track. He looks to take second away from Campbell, but Campbell's there for the lead as well. The 87 looks high. Campbell clears the 87 in the middle of 1 and 2. The 87 clears it for second. The 87 looks high on his brother. Jeremy Bateman looks to try and pass the 78 there. He can't quite get there. Jeremy Bateman looks high on Jeff Bateman in the 78. He's not going to get there in 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 either. 5 to go for the 78 of Jeff Bateman. Jeremy Bateman to the inside of Jeff. The 87 to the lead. Campbell puts the bumper to the back of the 87. Four to go for Jeremy Bateman. He reclaims the lead. Jeremy Bateman in the 1 and 2. He's going to come around this time and take 3 to go. It's going to be 2 to go this time for Jeremy Bateman, Brandon Campbell, and Jeff Bateman. Can either one of them catch the 87? Bateman creates a bigger gap down the back into 3 and 4. The 27's going to have to close the gap massively if he wants a shot on the last lap because the white flag's in the air and it's 1 to go. For the final time down the backstretch. He's clear and he can coast from here. He's finished second the last 2 weeks, but now it's his turn in victory lane. Jeremy Bateman in the 87 comes around to win the Hillbilly Archery Legends Cars feature event. Campbell, Jeff Bateman in third, and Richard Hill in fourth. And Jeremy Bateman reclaims the top spot after being second the last 2 weeks. Jeremy Bateman, let's hear it for him. Again, all of our Victory Lane celebrations tonight will be after all the features. And when we do our Victory Lane celebrations tonight, kids, don't forget to run down to the flag stand for your chance to win a signed checkered flag from the winning driver and the winning cars. Or excuse me, a picture with the winning cars. As it stands, or excuse me, your starting lineup for tonight's Monett Rental and Sale Midwest Modifieds feature event. We got a few lineup issues we're going to get sorted out before I explain the lineup here. Dylan Doris has stopped on the backstretch there. Alrighty, your starting lineup now is the 292 of Kyle Thompson. He's your pole sitter. He won last week's feature event, but Garrett Thompson, the last 3 weeks he's been here, he won 3 in a row. Can he make it 4 in a row for him tonight? On the outside of Kyle Thompson, it's going to be the 003 of James Lee. On the inside of the second row is going to be the 18D of Dylan Doris. On the outside of him is the 357 of Jack Owens. On the inside of the third row is the 507 of Doug Testerman. On the outside of him, the man of the hour himself, Garrett Thompson. And then all by the lonesome in the fourth row is the number 10 of Colton Brown. Is it going to be another shootout between the Thompson brothers as we usually see? Or will somebody else take it home in victory circle tonight? Thompson and Lee, Doris, Owens, Testerman, Thompson, and Brown. They're going to come to the restart zone in turn 4. They're going to get the green flag, and it's going to be 15 more laps of racing. They jump the start, and the flagman's going to call that one back. Kyle Thompson jumps the start. Green flag's out in the air. We're off and away once again. Kyle Thompson clears for the lead. Garrett Thompson all the way up to 4th already. James Lee looks for the lead. He puts the bumper to the back of the 292. Everybody's all over the bumper of Kyle Thompson tonight. Doug Testerman's around in 1 and 2. That's going to bring out the yellow flag. Doug Testerman, the 507, is the reason for the caution flag on lap number 2. He gets it spun back around, and it shouldn't be too much longer before we go back. Green flag. Alrighty, the lights are out on the pole. Kyle Thompson's your leader. James Lee, Dylan Doris, Garrett Thompson in 4th. Jack Owens Sr. and Colton Brown. And then on the outside of him, the 507, the reason for the caution, Doug Testerman. They're going to come down the backstretch into the restart zone in 3 and 4. And the 3 yellow tires you see there. We're going to get this race started again. It's going to be 14 laps to go. James Lee clears Doris for 2nd. Garrett Thompson's looking for 2nd now as he clears Dylan Doris for 3rd. Contact with the 929 and the 003. The 929, he's going to look for 2nd. Kyle Thompson leads his brother Garrett Thompson. It's going to be 11 to go this time. Will the 929 catch his brother? Kyle Thompson still leads, but Garrett Thompson's there. The 929 closes the gap into 3 and 4. Garrett Thompson's there. It's the battle of the brothers once again. Kyle Thompson still leads. Garrett Thompson, James Lee, Dylan Doris in the 18D, the 357 of Jack Owens, and then the 10 of Colton Brown. The 507 of Doug Testerman in 1 and 2. Doug Testerman gets it refired and we stay green. Garrett Thompson is there. Can he get to Kyle Thompson? Kyle Thompson pulls away ever so slightly down the back. Will the 10 of Colton Brown play a role in this win? What Garrett Thompson would like to see. He'd like to see the 10 take away his line, but it's not going to happen. In fact, he's going to take away the 929's line. We still got a great battle for the lead, and James Lee is trying to work his way back into this battle as well. 5 to go. Four to go for Kyle Thompson now. Garrett Thompson's there. Testerman's around once again for the 3rd time, and he keeps, but we stay green. Kyle Thompson still leads. 3 to go. Can Garrett Thompson get there? Can he clear them 292? Thompson to the inside of Thompson. Contact in 3 and 4. 2 to go for the Thompson brothers. Kyle Thompson leads, but here Garrett Thompson in 2nd. It's going to be a shootout between these two. We see it a few weeks ago, except that they were swapped in positions. Kyle Thompson sent it into the last lap in turn 4, but couldn't get there. What's going to happen in the 3 and 4 this time? Because the white flag's out and it's one more time around. Kyle and Garrett Thompson into 3 and 4 for the final time. The 929 can't get there. It's Kyle Thompson's night again. He wins 2 in a row. Garrett Thompson in 2nd. James Lee, Dylan Doris, Colton Brown, and Jack Owens. And Kyle Thompson, he does get around his brother in 1 and 2 just after the feature. But the 292 of Mr. Kyle Thompson, he takes home 2 in a row at the Monett Motor Speedway. Dukes it out with his brother for the whole feature there to take home the win. Alrighty, your starting lineup is Daryl Reddick, Trace Hagabush on the outside pole, Justin Cox, Slane Walden, Pete Navarro, and Ethan Dockery, Kevin Smith, Danielle Bishop, Aaron Sanderson, and Austin Hilton, and Van Babb, and then Chris Rackley. They're going to come to the restart zone here. How's this one going to play out? The Dockery bunch had issues with Pete Navarro and Walden in heat number 1. How's this one going to play out tonight? Oh! Dockery goes up in the air on one side. Caution comes out for that. We had to straighten out a few issues there.
Try this one more time, guys. Turn.
Here we come into 3 and 4. Will they play nice this time? Green flag's out in the air. We're off and away. We stay clean right now. Cox to the inside for the lead. It's 3 wide for the lead between Reddick, Cox, and Hagabush. Dockery's loose, and Pete Navarro and Dockery get into it again. Ethan Dockery's got a flat tire, and him and Pete Navarro get together once again, and that's going to be the reason for the caution. We're going to allow the 15E of Ethan Dockery to do a hot pit, which means we're going to give him 2 laps. We're going to give him 2 laps to get that tire changed and get back out here. Alrighty, your lineup now is Daryl Reddick, Trace Agabush, Justin Cox, Lane Walden, Pete Navarro, Danielle Bishop, Kevin Smith, and looks like there should be somebody outside of him, but they're not. We're going to go green right here. Dockery, or excuse me, not Dockery, Reddick and Hagabush, they're going to lead the field of green. Green flag's out in the air, and we're off and away again. 15 laps. Can Dockery make his way back through the field? Reddick takes the lead, and here comes Cox. Justin Cox gets loose. What's going to happen when the 15 catches up to the 7? He's got one car in between them. Dockery's there. Looks to the outside of the 7P and he keeps it clean. Reddick still leads, but here comes Justin Cox. Here comes Hagabush for second. Dockery's around. That's going to be the two-spin rule for the 15E of Ethan Dockery. He's not going to finish this event, and he looks very well happy. We got a two-spin rule here at the Grand Ole, which means if you cause a caution twice by spinning, you are therefore disqualified from the event. So that's what happened with the 15E of Ethan Dockery with our two-spin rule. So we finally got a few laps in here, and it's going to be 13 laps to go. Alrighty, your lineup as it stands now. The 17 of Daryl Reddick, the 69 of Justin Cox, the 9 JR of Trace Hagabush, Lane Walden, Danielle Bishop, the teammates there. They're the two fighting for the points lead. The 6S of Kevin Smith, here comes Pete Navarro, Aaron Sanderson, and Austin Hilton. Trace Hagabush, he's the guy that you see me interview down there on the front stretch. Can he take the win home tonight? Green flag's out in the air. We're off and away again. Darrell Reddick still leads. Hagebusch takes the lead. Hagebusch spins after taking the lead. Caution is out for the 9JR of Trace Hagebusch. Alrighty, so the 9JR of Trace Hagebusch, he's the reason for the caution. Got out in the lead and immediately spun. So we're going to get him.
23 out, 13.
Austin Hilton's not going to finish this event. Reddick, Cox, Walden, they're your leaders. There's Danielle Bishop and Kevin Smith. Aaron Sanderson, Pete Navarro, and Trace Hagebusch. Can he work his way back through the field? Reddick leads. Here comes Trace Hagebusch. Can he work his way back through the field? Bishop slides up in front of the 9JR. Reddick still leads. Hagebusch in the wall. Hagebusch gets loose, but he keeps it straight. Cox and Walden, they're battling it out for second. Can Hagebusch get back up to the lead? Cox and Walden have an issue on the front stretch. Trace Hagebusch, he keeps looking to get around the 13J of Bishop. Hagebusch gets loose. Oh, Pete Navarro once again almost gets caught up in another wreck. It is just not Navarro's night tonight. But Daryl Reddick still leads. Cox, Walden, Bishop. Walden could seal the championship tonight as long as he stays ahead of that 13J. Lane Walden to the lead. Lane Walden leads. Cox, Bishop, Navarro, Reddick, and Hagabush. And Kevin Smith back there as well. But Lane Walden leads with just 5 to go. There's Sanderson. Hagabush takes over 5th. Lane Walden leads, but here comes Justin Cox. Reddick pulls off. Bishop to the inside for 2nd. Here comes Hagabush for 4th. 3 to go. Walden still leads. It's Cox, Bishop, Navarro, and Hagabush behind him. Hagabush goes around, and what a great night. If he can get it turned back around, he can stay on the no. And that's going to be the 2-spin rule for Trace Hagabush as well. He had a great run forming there. The 13 for Aaron Sanderson in the pinky car. She was stopped there. Looks like get it back going. Oh, looks like we've got debris in turns 1 maybe is the reason that she was stopped, telling track officials about the debris. It's going to be 3 to go when we get back started here. Looks like Justin Cox and Pete Navarro had a little bit of problem under caution. But it's going to be 3 to go when we get started here. We're racking them up now. Walden, Cox, Bishop, Navarro, Smith, and Sanderson in the pinky car. It's going to be 3 to go for the 23J. Can he pull off the second win of the year? Will Walden do it? Or will Cox or Danielle Bishop get there? We're going to find out in 3 laps because they're going to come around to the restart zone. And it's going to be a 3-lap shootout to the finish. Here comes Cox for the lead. Or excuse me, he takes second away from Bishop. Up the track he goes, he gets loose. Smith gets loose as well. They're going to come around this time and take 2 to go. The 69 gets in the back of the 13J. It's going to be 1 to go for Lane Walden. Lane Walden takes 1 to go. Cox in second. For the final time through 3 and 4. For the second time this year, victory lane, it belongs to Lane. Lane Walden wins it for the second time this year. Cox, Bishop, Navarro, and Kevin Smith. And Lane Walden clinches the Bomber Championship with that win. Lane Walden, for the second time this year, brings home the Bomber win and clinches the championship with that win as well. Lineup as it stands: the 75T of Tyler Shane, the 25 of Dale Centers, the 14 of Bruce Reese, the 64 Brandon Sanders, Wesley Decker, Jason Richardson, Justin Tishner, Eddie Coulter, Arthur Stoppel, and Jerry Wimbish. Green flag's out for Tyler Shane and Dale Centers. Shane gets loose on the bottom. Wimbish almost goes around. An eventful first lap, but the lead's going to change. Dale Centers leads lap 1. Centers gets loose. Here comes Tyler Shane. So does Bruce Reese. Justin Tishner. They're all loose in 1 and 2. Decker moves to 3rd. Centers, Shane, Decker, Reese, Richardson, Tishner, Sanders, Colster, Stoppel, and Wimbish. Tishner gets loose again in 1 and 2. Dale Centers still leads Tyler Shane. .133 and the 14 go around. Caution's out. Looks like the 14 of Bruce Reese is having some problems. We're going to get the 14 of Bruce Reese pulled off here, and we'll go back green flag. Again, we're trying to get the 14 of Bruce Reese pulled off the track here. And we thank you all so much for coming out tonight. Again, all of tonight's pictures have been taken by Optimum Images and Bees Photo Co. Look at their Facebook pages this week to find the pictures, and maybe you'll be in one if you decide to go down to Victory Lane tonight. We're going to go green this time down the backstretch and into 3 and 4. When they get to the restart zone there, we're going to get the green flag, and it's going to be 12 more laps of racing. Centers takes the green flag. We're off and away. Tishner looks to make it 3 wide. Centers takes the lead. Contact between the 97T and the 9R. 97T goes way low. He's going to clear the 9R of Decker. Coulter gets loose. Here comes Tyler Shane. Ten to go for the 25 and the 75T. Tishner gets loose in 1 and 2. Wimbish goes around, but we stay green. Excuse me, I'm not exactly sure if Wimbish did go around. Oh, the 133's loose. Keeps it straight and we stay green. Eight to go. Here comes Tyler Shane. He looks to pass the 25 again. Can he get there? Will the lap car of Wimbish hold him up? It's pretty much single file throughout the pack so far. Centers comes up behind the 14A. Wimbish goes high. Five to go. Dale Centers is pulling away from the 75T. Centers takes 4 to go. Can Tyler Shane get there? Richardson looks low on Decker. Centers goes to lap the 55 of Arthur Stoppel. Three to go for Dale Centers. Two to go. Dale Centers is pulling away. Two to go, Richard. Next time on the 25, throw the white. Dale Centers is going to come around this time. He's going to get the CKR Fabrication white flag. 1 to go for the 25. Dale Centers still leads. Tyler Shane, Tishner, Richardson, Sanders, and Decker. But for the final time through 3 and 4, the 25 at Dale Centers. He's going to win the feature event. Centers wins the pure stock race. Shane. Tishner in third. And the 133 in fourth. Next, we'll get our Sikoxy Ford B-Mods out here to the track. This is the last feature event of the night. After this, we'll have our victory lane ceremonies. Kids, don't forget, once we do get our victory lane ceremonies underway, don't forget to run down to the flag stand for your chance to win a signed checkered flag by the winning driver and your chance to get a picture with a winning car, winning driver. Last time, the 5 of Wyatt Woods was here. He won the whole thing. So your lineup as it stands is the 21 of Jackie Dalton. Your lineup as it stands, the 21 of Jackie Dalton, the 5 of Wyatt Woods, Joel Singletary, Kelly Hicks, Brett Testerman, Brennan Baum, John Bradley, and Randy Reeves. When they come around next time, they're going to get the green flag, and it's going to be 15 laps of racing for the Sikoxy Ford B-Mods. Dalton and Woods, they're going to take the green flag. "15 laps of racing. Wyatt Woods. Jackie Dalton leads lap number 1. Jackie Dalton still leads. Wyatt Woods in second. We got a battle for third. Testerman takes third. Here comes Baum for fourth. Singletary looks low for fourth again. $11 to go. Can the 5 of Wyatt Woods catch Mr. Jackie Dalton? Woods is there. I don't know if he's going to catch him. $9 to go for Jackie Dalton. Caution is out for the 007 of Justin Bradley. Green flag's out in the air. We're off and away. Jackie Dalton still leads. Wyatt Woods. Brett Testerman, Joel Singletary, Brennan Baum, Kelly Hicks, John Bradley. Jackie Dalton's lap times, he's running 0.5 of a second faster, 0.05 faster than Wyatt Woods in the 5 car. Absolutely pure and utter domination. When Jackie Dalton comes around, it's going to be 7 laps to go. Six to go for Jackie Dalton. Five to go for Jackie Dalton and Wyatt Woods. Woods is slowly catching the lap times, but I don't know if he can get there. Jackie Dalton still leads. Jackie Dalton's going to come around this time and take 3 to go. Three to go for Jackie Dalton. Dalton makes contact with the 007, 2 to go. Jackie Dalton's going to come around and take 1 to go. Jackie Dalton, final time through turns 3 and 4. He's going to come around and win once again. Jackie Dalton to victory lane. Woods, Baum, Testerman, and Singletary. Let's hear it for your Secoxy Ford B-Mod feature event winner, Jackie Dalton. Bunch of shit that happened in the heat.
I didn't know if you got any details.
No, I didn't get any details. Oh, can I get the picture too?
Oh my gosh, yes.
We won last week as well, so I guess it's a double picture session. We got Jackie Dalton here with us. Jackie, how many wins in a row is this for you?
I don't know. You're the announcer. You tell me.
I want to say 6, but I ain't 100% sure. I forgot what I looked at up there. But how you're just so dominant every week you come here. How do you keep it up each and every week?
Well, you just really, with the track being so slick down there in 1 and 2, you just got to be smooth on the throttle and go in straight and come off straight.
What is it? I mean, every time you win, it's always by a straightaway or two. How does this track play into your wheelhouse?
Well, I've raced here a long time. I met my wife here a long time ago, probably, I don't know, 30 years ago. I used to sit up there in the stands. My dad is 80 years old. He raced here before I raced here. I used to sit up there in the stands and watch him race.
Also, Jackie, you clinched the championship tonight with that win. What does that mean for you?
Well, that's good. That's good for sponsors, really. I mean, I'm leading points at Butler. I raced there on Friday night. I think I got 2 point races there. I'm trying to win this one. It looks good for my sponsors and sells T-shirts and hats.
Let's hear it one more time for Jackie Dalton. Let's hear it for the 87 of Jeremy Bateman, your Hillbilly Archery Legends Cars feature event winner. Let's hear it one more time for Jeremy Bateman. Let's hear it for the 292 of Kyle Thompson, your Monett Real and Sale Midwest Modified feature event winner. Here he comes, kids. And he gets, oh, drops it. Now he gets it. Wow, 2 in a row. How did you do it again tonight? Head off your brother once again there.
Yeah, luckily he didn't show up last week, so he kind of gave me a freebie there, and then he had to start third row because he won 3 in a row there a few weeks ago, so made life a little easier for me.
How were you able to hold him off in them closing laps? He was coming on you strong there.
I just block him so he can't pass me.
There you go. You hear it from the winner. Let's give it up one more time for Kyle Thompson. As he stops at the banner, let's hear it for the second time this year. Lane Walden goes to victory lane. Lane Walden is your winner for the Hot Wired Auto Sales Bombers feature event.
Certainly.
Got our winner, Lane Walden, for the second time this year. Lane, you clinched the championship with a night's win. How does that feel?
Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous.
Lane, you and all the Triple J cars, y'all been running strong this past month or so. What is it? What have y'all been doing differently to run as good as y'all have been the past few weeks?
I think we're getting better as we're getting as good as the cars are, if that makes sense. It's just a process, and we try to keep the cars where they should be, and I think we're coming into driving them like they're capable.
Well, congratulations on the win in the championship, Lane. You deserve it. Let's hear one more time for Lane Walden. Next in our civilian car class. As he pulls to the banner, let's hear it for the 25 of Dale Centers, your CKR Fabrication Pure Stock feature winner. Look out, kids. Here he comes. He's going to sign that checkered flag, and he's going to bring it up to the flag stand. Here he comes. Let me get one more picture here. Got our winner, Dale Centers here. Dale, how did you pull it off? You had to hold off that 75T pretty much all the race there. How did you do it tonight?
All these guys over here checking air pressure, they won't let my tires go down. We had one go flat almost in the heat race, so got the good guys over there working on the car.
Well, you haven't been here in a few weeks, and, of course, you show up and win. What stands out about this track among some of the others that you've raced at, and just what do you love about this place?
I've been here all my life, so it's just you can stretch your legs here. It ain't real tight. You can get out and run, get your car speed up, and go fast.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Dale. Congratulations on the win. Let's hear it one more time for Dale Centers. That's going to be all for me tonight. I'm going to sign off. We thank you all for coming out to the Monett Motor Speedway tonight. We hope you had a grand old time here at the Grand Old Lady. We hope to see you all back next week. We got the Midwest Mod Summer Shootout. It's going to be $1,500 to win for the mid-mod drivers. It's going to be a heck of a show next Saturday night. We hope to see you all back. Again, if you've been drinking tonight, please designate a driver. Drive sober or get pulled over. A message from the Missouri Coalition of Roadway Safety, working towards zero highway fatalities. Save Mo Lives. Visit SaveMOLives.com. Again, I'm Noah Wally, and we thank you all for coming out, and that's going to be all from me tonight.